Alright guys, I'll start with a bit of a quick guide about how I do Princess here in Maraudon. First thing, talents, doesn't really matter. I'm your sort of traditional, sort of deep holy build. So there's nothing fancy in terms of talents you sort of need. In terms of gear, I generally just go for stamina. You see I've got about 4k health. I don't stress too much about spell damage. I'm more just going for stamina so that those few times that she does catch up to me and beat on me, I've got enough HP to survive a couple of hits and then just get back out of range. So Barrath Peasant Call is actually quite useful here because it gives you an extra free 400 to 500 damage. So I wouldn't stress too much about getting extra spell damage and shadow damage. Someone's asking about add-ons, so here's kind of some of the ones I run. Atlas, Auctioneer, Bags, Bug Grabber, Classic Aura Durations, Cast Bars, Details is over here. I do some multi-boxing and some of these things. Excess Raids Tools, Gatherer, Heal Com's a good one if you're a healer. Item Rack, Leetrix Plus has a lot of cool things. A few questing add-ons, Dot add-on, Omni CC, Pratt for chat, and it doesn't really work with LVUI. Some Loot Council stuff, Recipe Radar, Spies for PvP, Tooltip, Time Vendor Price, Weak Auras, XP Monitor, not so much, not leveling anymore. Class DJ class stats, that's what this little thing on the side is. LVI DBM, yeah. So try and pull her at max range.
I'm out of range.
I go with Mind Blast these days, and I go into Inner Focus, then Shadow of Pain, and pop the Peasant Caller. Now this big pole here is a great line of sight. If you ever cast Boulder, you can manage the line of sight around that. Yep, so if I just move here, bang, line of sight of it. She'll keep coming. There's a few good line of sight spots. I might even outrange this one. Dustfield, perfect. Dustfield is when you want to go back and get a Mind Blast in. And then just get back to kiting. So it's just running around in a circle for a long time. But there's a lot of cool things. When I've got her at max range like this, if she does end up casting a boulder, sometimes instead of turning right like I do now, if I just run straight, sometimes I can outrange it. I'm going to hit this one, but yep. Get Shadow of Pain back up. If she does get in close, I just watch her. Yeah, I might bubble just in case. She's going to boulder. This little pillar in front of me here, this is a line of sight spot too, if you can manage to get her to cast the boulder. And let's see, 4 hits, chuck a renew. She should Dustfield soon. Keeping in a fire up's a really good idea. There's Dustfield, so I get out of range, I wait for the boulder. Boulder can interrupt you sometimes. I'll get another one off, and I'll start kiting again. It really is a mana race, so I'll pop Second Wind now. I often find, quite often, due to this talent, I'll resist a knockdown, or just miss as well, being a high level. Shadow of Pain, see if I go straight. Sometimes you can't just outrange it, so if you got her at that max range and you see her casting a boulder, if you continue to run straight, sometimes you can be lucky and dodge it. But see, I resisted the knockdown then, which is perfect. Sometimes you can get her to path weirdly around this to get a little bit extra free distance. She'll probably be too close this time, but I'll try it. If you watch her, yep, I can make a change direction a few times, so it just buys me a little bit of extra distance. Be careful around this pillar. If she's really far behind you when you come around the big one, she will path around the inside, which is bad because then she'll catch up to you much easier. I see you resisted that one. Sometimes I do let her catch up, but honestly, it's kind of a race against mana to make sure you don't run out of mana, and also health. Like the only times is if she catches me and beats on me at low HP is the only times I die. So sometimes if you're lucky, when she catches up to you, she'll start casting the Dustfield before she melees you, if you're lucky. But I don't like to risk it anymore because I seem to do quite fine. And she always hits you like 5 hits, bang, like that. I'm gonna get dazed here. Dustfield. Now what, she'll cast Boulder, I think, soon. Like a line of sight around this. Boom. Shadow of Pain up and keep going. Same here, if you stop right there, that's a line of sight spot too, and same with this big pillar, so you've got a few options there. If she does Boulder at an annoying time, you can get around it. But run speed to boot just makes it, the first, 50 runs I did this without run speed to boot. But ever since I got it, it's substantially easier. She does cast that repulsive gaze. You can see the cooldown here, which is just a fear. She only casts it in melee range, so most of the time she won't, catch up to you to be able to do it. But if she does, I just will have forsaken it. But if you're not undead, it could pose a problem, I suppose. So you see my charge's inner fire going down. It's something definitely you want to rebuff, because the bolt is physical damage, so as it melee hits. And to mitigate, see if I go here straight, nearly. I was really close to that ranging that one. If I can zoom out a bit, just try and watch her pathing here. So, no, sometimes you can get her to path weirdly around that pillar as well. But look, if I stop here, oh, I must have just missed that line of sight. Usually can line of sight down there. For dust field. Wait for the boulder to cast. Go to that. Alright. Inner focus, shadow word pain, just because I'm watching mana. And I get inner fire back up. Just because of that little bit extra mitigation. Now, once she hits 20% HP, she actually starts walking slower. She might be there now. And then it just becomes much easier to kill her faster because you can weave in far more casts. See how I just straight outrange that one? Yeah, look, she's 14% now, so she's walking much slower, so I pretty much just kite in a smaller circle now. Because it's much easier to get away from her. Just Mind Blast on cooldown. So easy to get away from her. Oh, no, that was just a straight miss. Wander down. And that's a 5-minute, 6-second kill. And crap loot. You can see I've got 134 total victories, so that's a few. So just post in channels here or in the Discord channel. I'm happy to answer questions. But using this little pillar here for a boulder line of sight. This big pillar is another good boulder line of sight. And you can, this little lip here, if she's casting it and you stop right here, you can line of sight as well because you can't cast through that line. Barrel Peasant's Call is good, get some good range, a little zigzag pattern. There's not much else to it. So I hope you can be successful at gold farming as I've been. Alright, thanks lads.